it's all about your priorities, isn't it? And again, it's like we've given so many examples of these different things over the year, but it's what you find value in. And it is going, okay, because like realistically, if somebody has picked up the phone to inquire with you, they've sent a form in, they've done something, they've taken an action, their brain has already attached a figure to what they believe you're going to quote them.
Yes. Yeah.
Now that will be based on your messaging and marketing and everything else that you're putting out there. It will be on how you position your fees, how you position yourself, how you position the business. But that person will already have an idea.
Yeah. It's a bit like a shop, isn't it? So you could look at like a high-end clothes shop. You know, when you go to a city centre and you've got like the Dolce & Gabbanas and stuff like that, you know, like Gucci and stuff. Like you've got you've got a good idea of what's going to happen. There's hardly anything in the shop, is there? Like there's a handbag on a pillar in the middle of the shop, and that's about. So you know for a fact that it's exclusive, scarcity. There's not going to be many of those around, and it's not for everyone. Like you can just tell by the whole persona of the shop and who's working in the shop and just everything about it gives off that kind of vibe. And then you walk down the street and there's like Poundland, for example. And it's like everything's not a pound, actually.
It's so confusing.
It's not, is it? It should be, but it's not. It used to be, didn't it? And now it's like, it could be 3, 4, 5. But it's not going to be very expensive, is it? And there's loads of them and it's like sale and prices everywhere. Like you won't see any prices in Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana probably either. So therefore, like it's a exclusive invitation only. You have to ask how much it is. Therefore, there's a commitment because you're going to look a twat if you ask and you go, oh, I can't afford that. So you've just got a really good idea that you've got to be sure that you want that thing and you want it enough to be able to find the money to buy it. If somebody says it's like £2,000, for example, probably more, you'd be prepared for that. So I suppose that's maybe quite a good analogy for that.
Yeah.
You go into Poundland, you know what you're going to get. You go into Dolce & Gabbana, you know what you're probably going to get.
Yeah, I did. But this is where like I think all of us in the dog industry are doing the industry a massive disservice here. Because, and I don't have the data on this, which is annoying, but it is my gut feel from having been a dog trainer for over a decade that when we are positioning ourselves as this general practitioner dog trainer, the public perception is low ticket, £35-ish, maybe 50. Then it starts to creep and then we're thinking, oh, well, that's a little bit too much. And I would say it's a fair assessment to think that the public on whole feel the same. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
I very much would agree.
So you can see actually why we struggle as business owners within this industry to then go, and so if I charge, air quote, any more than that 35 to 60, I'm expensive and people won't pay it. But this is where you have to do the work in your brand to position your fees. And yes, just because the mass market is the £35, if that £35 is going to pay your bills, awesome. Crack on. It's not going to pay my bills.
Nor mine.
And it's not going to help me help other people because I'm doing a lot of work and time, energy for £35.
Yeah, and we've said it before, like if our services and our fees were really low, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast.
No.
Like we've said this so many times and it still stands. Like the fact that we're able to give so much on this podcast and the feedback suggests that it is a lot and people are really grateful for it, we wouldn't be able to do it. And that's only because we're serving people with the products and services that we have by structuring them in the way that they are structured to then bring in more cash to then be able to do this podcast for you guys who may or may never invest in what we've got to sell. So we're able to help. Can you see that kind of we want to help everyone. Well, you can't help everyone in a paid form, but you can help people. You can and you can't. You can do like a lower ticket, obviously, thing. But for us, it's like the free is the important bit because we want people to be able to access it, but only because we've got the other bit working right.
Yeah.
So if you're scratting all round, you can't get those things.
Yeah, because that's it. 'Cause like if we were doing a podcast, for example, and we had a, I don't know, like liken it to dog training, like a £350 program, and this podcast is like what, 35, 36k, and we're going, so how many of those do I need to sell just to do that? That doesn't even include paying ourselves. That just barely covers the. In fact,
and all the other outgoings that we got every month for the business.
I'm going to work it out. What did I say?
Because we do get asked whether we offer just one-off strategy sessions and stuff like that a lot, don't we?
So in order just to pay for the podcast, we would need to sell 103 programs at £350.
What, a month?
No, total.
Oh, okay.
So 103 programs at 350 quid would mean we could do this podcast.
We wouldn't be able to function if we did that.
No.
We'd be dead with what's involved. So if what's involved in our program now was in that for 350 quid, like we'd literally be dead on the floor.
Yeah. And again, like that doesn't cover the software costs, doesn't cover paying ourselves a salary so we can pay our mortgage and
the
bills.
The
staff that we've got now. Being able to go to these shows and exhibit. The book wouldn't exist.
The course probably wouldn't exist.
The course wouldn't exist. That was a fair whack to get that sorted as well. So yeah, all of that stuff. But it's just not possible.
It's your choice, guys. If you want it to be 350 quid, we can forget all those things.